Hamitaki api chante washin api chuzapolo. Izzy Machapi Nahala Kochaze Woke Washte Okshila Machapolo. Hello relatives, I greet you guys with a good handshake. My name is Izzy Tamayo. I come from the Sichangu Lakota tribe from Rosebud, South Dakota. I am the head singer for Inkpatakia Oka, which is translates to Upstream Singers. Long ago, when I was younger, like 10 years ago, by this Lekshi of mine named by the name of Earl Bullhead and my other Lekshi, Jerome Killsmalls, sat down with me at this chancheka, this drum, and they sat there and explained what they were taught about how we were gifted this drum. So today I'm going to share this knowledge that was passed down to me from these two well-known and respected elders. The story that they told me, please forgive me if I miss any details out, but this is how I remember it and how I was taught. So long ago there was this cavalry that was about to rave on this village, and this woman, she took off. She saw this lake down on the bottom of this hill, and she goes down there and she's like, I'm gonna hide in the water, but how am I gonna breathe? And so she looked around her surroundings and she saw this lily pad, and she rolls it up like a straw, and she puts it in her mouth, and has it sticks up out of the water. It's this snuff where she can breathe, and she sits in there for 4 days waiting. As she was in the water, she had this dream come to her. In this dream, it had this circle drum, this chancheka. It was red, and it was tied with hides on both sides. And in her dream, it explained there's gonna be these certain songs that only men can sing on it. And I showed how to make anything from the chancheka, the drum itself, to how to make the ichabus, the drumsticks, and the songs, how to make the songs, and what they mean. And so after she had this dream, she comes out of the lake, and she goes back to her people, and she tells them about her dream. She tells them that she can only tell them how to make it, and how this dream came to her. And so she gathers all these men and explains how the dream showed her how to make this drum. So she scraped the hides herself, and she told them about how to carve that trunk, and she explained to him how to make it and put it together, and the thoughts you should have when you put it together. And so to this day, for us Lakota people, we don't allow women around the drum because we were gifted it by a woman. And that's what Jerome Killsmalls and Earl Bullhead had explained to me, passed down this knowledge to me when I was younger. And over the years, I gathered many different stories, and I listen and I take in from all those that are willing to teach. And one of the things my grandpa will always explain to me, my grandpa Steve Tamayo, is that men aren't as sacred or powerful as women, because women can create life and they can take it just like the Creator can. And so men, we use these chanchekas, these drums, as like tools to help us pray with Kashala, with the Creator. So that's why we respect and don't allow we don't allow women to sit at the drum or touch it. And so I just wanted to explain about where the drum comes from my knowledge. And I'm going to explain about how we came informed as the Upstream Singers. 7 years ago, my brothers and I, were cousins, we wanted to travel. We wanted to sing, go everywhere, and showcase our love for singing. No matter where we're at, we're singing. Walmart, it could be in the car, in the drive-thru, anywhere we're at, we're singing because we have that love for singing. And so, 7 years ago, we went by a name called Ponca Creek Singers, and we got that name from our grandmother when we first started singing. We asked her, we said, "Grandma, what should our drum group be called?" She's like, "Well, you guys are from Milks Camp. There's that creek that goes through that. You're through Milks Camp that's called Ponca Creek." She's like, "I remember when I was younger, there was a drum group called that. They're no longer around. They all passed on. So we wanted to carry that name for a long time because that's where it acknowledges where we're from. It explains about that creek that goes through our community." When my grandmother passed in 2015, we didn't want to carry that name. We wanted someone to honor her, but we also wanted to leave that name with her when she went on. So my brothers and I, my brother Ryan, Lemire, and Carlos Sandoval, and I, we went to Inikagapi, into that sweat lodge, and we prayed. And eventually, over time, as we kept, we prayed and we talked to our drum and talked with elders around here. We came up with a name called Ibatakio Khan. Actually, Ryan came up with it. He said he had this dream about it. That the drum was talking to him saying to call us Ibatakio Khan. And so we knew, we were like, oh, well, we can't. Wherever we travel, we probably won't be able to pronounce it, so we just go by it in English, which is Upstream Singers. My brothers are half Omaha and Lakota, and I'm adopted into Omaha. And so we also like to acknowledge too is that Omaha's me against the current. So kind of like it plays out, and it's really cool. And we have a lot of singers that are from all four directions, and a lot of them can relate to the Upstream name. Like the Corrigan Indians, we have singers from there. They talk about how the salmon swim upstream, and they tell their young ones to be like the salmon and go against everything. Go your own path. And so it's really cool to know that all these different tribes in all four directions that I've known and talked with my brothers and sisters that are around our drum, and they can relate to just the name. And so when we formed as Upstream Singers, we wanted to do things in the right manner. So we took our chancheka to Inikagapi and to that sweat lodge, and we prayed with it, and we fed the people that was there, and we explained that what we're gonna do as a drum group. And while we was there, I had this dream, you can say, is that where there's this drum group singing, and everybody was dancing in the arena. It was filled with dancers, and when we were singing, the MC calls out, "This is the Ikbatakio class," and saying our name 4 times. And after we got done singing, 4 whistlemen came on our drum, blew the whistles, and my grandmother spoke and said that this is what the people are gonna know us as the Upstream Singers. And so now to this day, we go by that, and I take a lot of pride in it. And so we've been together for going on 6 years, 7 almost, and we've learned a lot traveling, and we really enjoyed our travels. A lot of new reservations and communities. It's been an awesome adventure carrying this drum. And every time there's always a story. There's been, and all you POW people know what I mean by that. There's always stories in your travels. There's times when we would go to POW just off of change, paying gas and change, and we barely make it there. But the drum, of course, will always take care of us and we'll make it home safe. Everybody. But yeah, so that's what I just want to say. Is I wanted to explain what I was taught about where this Chanchega comes from, and I wanted to explain our history about our name. Thank you. Aho! Pilala pelo, hecho todo.